Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving into the latest developments that are set to shake up the world of the bold and the beautiful. Betrayals will be exposed, unexpected romances will ignite, and long-held secrets will be dragged into the light, sending shockwaves through families and businesses alike. As power struggles intensify at Forrester Creations and personal lives hang in the balance, we are in for an unforgettable roller coaster of emotions. Let's break down everything that's about to unfold in meticulous detail. Luna's shocking revelation, a family bombshell that changes everything. Finn's life is about to take an unimaginable turn, one that will redefine everything he thought he knew about his own past. When he heads over to Bill Spencer's estate, he expects a routine visit, perhaps a business discussion or even just a casual chat. What he doesn't anticipate is finding Luna Nozawa standing in front of him, a sight that immediately sends his mind racing. Why is she here? And more importantly, why does seeing her now fill him with an overwhelming sense of dread? At first, Luna is equally caught off guard by Finn's unexpected appearance. The awkwardness is undeniable as the two stare at each other, uncertain of what to say. But what starts as a moment of confusion quickly escalates into something much more intense. Finn demands answers, his voice tinged with both urgency and frustration. The emotions bubbling beneath the surface are impossible to ignore. There's something bigger at play here, something neither of them is fully prepared to face. And then, the truth crashes down like an unstoppable wave. Luna, who had spent her entire life believing she knew who she was, is about to learn the shocking reality that Finn is not just a distant cousin, he is actually her biological father. The weight of this revelation is suffocating, shaking her to her very core. How could this have been kept from her? What does this mean for her future, for everything she thought she knew about herself? Finn, for his part, is just as shaken. He struggles to wrap his mind around the fact that he has a daughter, one who has been living her life, completely unaware of their connection. As the pieces begin to fall into place, an avalanche of emotions overwhelms him. Regret, guilt, and a desperate need to make sense of it all swirl together, leaving him questioning everything. But Luna isn't the only one who will be blindsided by this revelation. How will Steffi react when she finds out that her husband has been keeping such a monumental secret? And what will happen when Poppy Nozawa is forced to explain the choices she made all those years ago? This bombshell is just the beginning, and the ripple effects will be felt across multiple families. Steffi's world comes crashing down, the ultimate betrayal as Finn wrestles with the newfound reality of his secret child. Steffi Forrester's carefully constructed world is about to collapse in spectacular fashion. When she first learned that Finn had a past with Poppy Nozawa, it was a bitter pill to swallow. But what she's about to discover now is far worse. Not only did Finn have a one-night stand with Poppy, but that encounter resulted in the birth of Luna Nozawa, a daughter he never even knew existed. Steffi, who has spent years believing in her marriage, trusting in the bond she and Finn share, feels as though the ground has been ripped out from under her. Her husband has a child with another woman, a child who has been living her life completely unaware of the truth. The betrayal stings, not just because of the act itself, but because of everything it represents. Did Finn lie to her, or was he just as clueless as everyone else? And if he truly didn't know, does that make the situation any easier to accept? Steffi grapples with the weight of these questions, her emotions swinging wildly between fury, devastation, and disbelief. The love she has for Finn is undeniable, but trust is fragile. And right now, it's in shambles. Desperate for guidance, she turns to the one person who has always been her pillar of strength, her mother, Taylor Hayes. But even as she prepares to break the shocking news, a new threat is emerging in the shadows, one that could change the trajectory of their lives forever. Deacon's growing fear, Sheila's dangerous obsession resurfaces as Steffi's world spirals out of control. Deacon Sharp is battling his own growing fears. For months, he has been walking a dangerous tightrope, believing that he could keep Sheila Carter's obsessions in check. But deep down, he always knew the truth: Sheila is unpredictable, and when she fixates on something, nothing can stand in her way. Now, his worst fears are coming true. Sheila is once again becoming dangerously obsessed with Finn. She watches him from the shadows, latching onto the idea that she belongs in his life. The delusions are returning, and Deacon knows that this is a recipe for disaster. But will Sheila listen to reason? Or is she about to spiral out of control, dragging everyone down with her? Deacon is running out of time, and if he doesn't act soon, Steffi and Finn may find themselves in greater danger than they ever imagined. Forrester Creations fragrance line launch: power, ambition, and deception. Amid all the personal turmoil, Forrester Creations is experiencing a major business milestone: the highly anticipated launch of their fragrance line. The fashion empire is buzzing with excitement, but one person is watching from a distance with a particularly vested interest: Ridge Forrester. From Eric Forrester's estate, Ridge observes the event with an air of confidence, convinced that this is the moment he has been waiting for. In his mind, this successful launch is a sign that control of Forrester Creations will soon be back in the hands of the rightful family. But Ridge isn't the only one making bold moves. Behind the scenes, Daphne Rose, the mastermind behind the fragrance, is feeling emboldened. This is her moment, and she's about to use it to her advantage. Daphne's bold seduction, a scandalous betrayal caught in the act at Il Giardino. Daphne takes her chance to get close to Carter Walton. She plays her hand skillfully, drawing him into a conversation filled with carefully chosen words and lingering gazes. She tells him that she sees the real him, the man beneath the guilt and expectations. It's a dangerous game, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Back at the Forrester Creations office, the tension between them reaches its breaking point. Daphne takes a bold step forward, closing the distance between them and planting a kiss on Carter. For a brief moment, he hesitates, but then, he gives in, pulling her closer as he returns the kiss. What neither of them realizes is that Hope Logan is standing in the doorway, witnessing everything. Shocked, hurt, and unsure of what to do, Hope finds herself at a crossroads. Will she confront Carter? Will she expose the affair? Or will she keep this secret to herself, letting the betrayal fester until it inevitably explodes? Next, we're uncovering the chaos that's brewing in the bold and the beautiful, where secrets are reaching their breaking point and tensions are at an all-time high. John Finnegan finds himself in a precarious situation, torn between the weight of truth and the fear of losing everything he holds dear. Meanwhile, Poppy Nozawa seems determined to push him into a corner, but is it for the right reasons? Or does she have an ulterior motive? Let's dive into the tangled mess of lies, guilt, and manipulation that is about to explode. Finn's delayed confession: is he protecting Steffi or himself? At this moment, Finn is walking on a tightrope, balancing between the life he has built with Steffi Forrester and the truth that could tear it all apart. For weeks, he has been struggling with the knowledge that Luna Nozawa is his biological daughter, a revelation that threatens to destroy the stability of his marriage. But what's keeping him from coming clean? Is it guilt, fear, or something more complicated? Finn is not a man who shies away from responsibility, but in this case, the stakes are higher than ever. He knows that the moment the truth is out, Steffi's reaction will be explosive, and there's no telling what the fallout will be. The thought of losing his wife, his home, and the life they'd built together is paralyzing. And yet, the more he delays, the worse the consequences will be. He keeps telling himself that he will tell Steffi, but each time the opportunity arises, he finds a reason to hold back. The truth is a ticking time bomb, and the longer he waits, the more devastating the explosion will be. Poppy's true intentions: is she protecting Finn or seeking revenge? While Finn wrestles with his conscience, Poppy Nozawa remains a relentless force, pushing him to confess to Steffi. But why is she so determined to make this happen now? On the surface, Poppy seems to be acting in Luna's best interest. She argues that Luna has a right to know who her real father is, and that Finn must take responsibility for the choices he made years ago. But is there more to Poppy's insistence? Could it be that she has a hidden agenda, one that has nothing to do with Luna, and everything to do with Finn's downfall? Some might argue that Poppy is driven by bitterness. Did she ever really get over Finn? Is she secretly harboring resentment for the way things ended between them? If so, then her push for honesty might not be about justice at all, but rather about revenge. If Steffi finds out the truth, it won't just hurt her, it could destroy Finn's entire life. And if that's what Poppy wants, then she's already halfway there. A marriage on the brink: what happens when Steffi learns the truth? Finn's reluctance to confess isn't just about fear of confrontation, it's about self-preservation. He knows Steffi doesn't take betrayal lightly, and this revelation could shatter their marriage beyond repair. Will she be able to forgive him for keeping such a monumental secret? So far, Finn has been dodging the inevitable, hoping to find the perfect moment to break the news gently. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The longer he waits, the more it will seem like a calculated deception rather than a difficult truth. And when Steffi eventually finds out, because she always does, will she see it as a moment of weakness, or will she see it as a deep betrayal? There's also the question of Luna. How will she handle the revelation that the man she thought was simply a distant relative is actually her father? She has been forming bonds with new family members, building relationships that will now be tainted by deception. This truth won't just affect Finn and Steffi, it will shake the entire Forrester family. Finn's internal struggle, the battle between truth and self-preservation. As Finn continues to wrestle with his conscience, he finds himself trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and indecision. He wants to do the right thing, but at what cost? His life, from the outside, appears picture perfect. He has a beautiful wife, a loving home, and a career that brings him purpose. But beneath the surface, he is drowning in secrets, and the weight of his guilt is suffocating. Every time he looks at Steffi, he feels a crushing sense of remorse. He knows that keeping this secret is a betrayal in itself. But telling her doesn't guarantee forgiveness. If she walks away, Finn will lose everything. Is it selfish to hold on to the lie for just a little longer? Or is it cowardly? These questions haunt him, leaving him restless and anxious. No matter how much he tries to justify his silence, the truth is clawing at him, demanding to be set free. And when that truth finally escapes, there will be no going back. The inevitable reckoning: how will this end? At this point, it's no longer a matter of if, but when. Finn's secret is on the verge of unraveling, and when it does, the consequences will be devastating. Steffi is not a woman who tolerates deception. Once she learns that Finn has been keeping such a massive secret from her, she will react with the fury of a woman scorned. And while Finn may believe that he's protecting their marriage by keeping quiet, the reality is that his silence is doing more damage than the truth ever could. As for Poppy, what is her endgame? Will she continue to manipulate the situation to her advantage, or will she step back and allow the truth to unfold naturally? If her goal is to break Finn, she is dangerously close to succeeding. And what about Luna? How will she cope with the revelation that her entire life has been built on a lie? Will she embrace Finn as her father, or will she resent him for never being there when it mattered most? There are too many variables, too many unknowns, and too many emotions at play. But one thing is certain, the moment of reckoning is near, and no one will escape unscathed. Final thoughts, the calm before the storm. Right now, Finn still has a sliver of control over the situation. He can choose to come clean on his own terms, or he can wait until the secret explodes in his face. The choice seems obvious, but fear has a way of clouding even the most logical decisions. Finn is teetering on the edge, and soon, he will have to face the consequences of his silence. Will he finally find the courage to tell Steffi before it's too late? Or will he let the truth destroy everything he holds dear? Next, we're diving into a thrilling speculation about the next big pregnancy storyline on The Bold and the Beautiful. It's been quite some time since the last baby bombshell shook the lives of our beloved characters, and if history has taught us anything, it's that unexpected pregnancies always arrive at the most dramatic moments. As we step into 2025, it's time to analyze the 4 leading ladies who could find themselves facing a surprising pregnancy twist. Will it be a moment of joy, a source of conflict, or the beginning of a dramatic new chapter? Let's explore the possibilities in depth, considering the potential storylines, character motivations, and the ripple effects these pregnancies could have on the lives of everyone involved. Electra Forrester, caught between 2 men and a baby? One of the most intriguing possibilities is Electra Forrester finding herself unexpectedly pregnant. Electra is just beginning a new chapter in her life, stepping into a relationship with Will Spencer after enduring the deep fake scandal that rocked her world. But as much as she's trying to move forward, her past is not so easily left behind. With Remy Price now out of jail, his presence in her life is all but inevitable. And let's not forget, Remy and Electra share a complicated history. Despite his past mistakes, he has been someone she once trusted, someone who, in different circumstances, might have been the love of her life. If Electra finds herself pregnant, the biggest question will be, who is the father? The baby could belong to Will, the man who has given her stability and a fresh start, or to Remy, the man who seems to be on a path of redemption. If this storyline plays out, it could mirror past paternity mysteries on the show. Think Brooke Logan and her decades of shocking DNA reveals. Electra will have to navigate a storm of emotions, public scrutiny, and deep personal dilemmas. Will she accept Will's love and commitment, or will the lingering feelings for Remy complicate everything? A pregnancy could tie her to both men in an irreversible way, setting up a long, drawn-out saga that could affect the entire Forrester-Spencer family dynamic. It's no secret that Steffi and Liam have a history of turning to each other when things get rough. If Steffi were to have another pregnancy storyline, the biggest question would be who the father is, Finn or Liam? Given the turbulent state of her marriage, this revelation could be the final straw for Finn, pushing him to reconsider everything he thought he knew about his wife. A pregnancy for Steffi would also affect her relationship with Hope Logan. If Hope finds out that Steffi might be carrying Liam's child, expect the rivalry between these 2 women to reignite in full force. With Hope already facing complications in her own love life, this development could drive an even bigger wedge between them. If the writers decide to go this route, Steffi's pregnancy could be a major turning point, possibly leading her back to Liam or forcing her to fight for her marriage like never before. Hope Logan, is a baby the ultimate twist in her complicated love life? Hope Logan has been making bold and unexpected choices lately, particularly when it comes to Carter Walton. Her relationship with Carter has been filled with questions, uncertainties, and speculation, and at this point, it's unclear whether Hope truly loves him or if she's simply using him as a distraction from Liam. But what if a pregnancy forces Hope to confront her feelings once and for all? If Hope were to discover she's expecting Carter's child, it would immediately change the dynamics of her relationships with both Carter and the Forrester family. Currently, Carter's position within Forrester Creations is fragile. He has been caught between loyalty and personal desires, and if he hands back control of the company to the Forresters, they might demand that he cut ties with Hope completely. But a pregnancy would make that impossible. If Hope finds herself pregnant, she will have to decide whether she's truly ready to build a future with Carter or if she's still holding on to the idea of reuniting with Liam. Her past choices suggest that she struggles to let go of old loves, and a pregnancy could bring all of those emotions rushing to the surface.